do you want? Do I know you? Really? I doubt you know anyone who would interest me in the least. I'm a little busy right now. I've got a bowl of wine that needs drinking, so why don't you just find someone else to bother? Who? I don't know anybody by that name, and I don't know anything about slave traders. Leave me alone. I have nothing to say to you, so why don't you just keep moving? Yes, that is. More than I'd see in a month. I might be able to take you there. You'll have to pay me now, and I'm not promising you won't get killed once we get there. It's your life, friend. No refunds either. Follow me.
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be extra cautious. Now, there's an unknown quantity in this little meeting. Just who are you? Song Tao, isn't that the fool who's taking the fall for Chandler Ling? Well, you've overheard your evidence. Too bad you won't get to tell anyone. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford anyone nosing into our affairs right now, and you've heard too much. Get her, boys, but don't kill her. We'll get quite a bit of silver for this one.
Legendary strike! Double saber!
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. Maybe I was hasty in my decision to attack you. I have an eye for raw talent. That helps when picking slaves, but it comes in handy in sizing up potential allies. Who are you? And why are you here? You're clearly too skilled to be one of the fools hired by Prefect Jade. So what business or grudge do you have with us? You are with Jade. Unless he was dipped in silver recently, there's no way he could afford a warrior of your skill. Not on government pay. You're better than that. You've just shown me your strength. Any poor wretch who had the discipline to fight like you wouldn't let themselves be enslaved. Someone like you deserves to work with me, not oppose me. I have a friend who could use your help, and I'm prepared to pay for it. The way I see it, we have two choices. We can finish this and see who is more skilled at fighting, or we can come to an agreement. No doubt you'll hear about a certain merchant who's managed to get himself caught. I tried to deal with that problem by purchasing the aid of a high-ranking minister. Perhaps I can find a price that's right for you to also turn a blind eye to our little situation here. Our little enterprise gives us deep pockets. If only I had a silver coin for every time I've heard that. Come then, let's end it.
Always a pleasure. Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants, that was a mistake. Yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's your bounty, as we negotiated earlier. Well, that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills. Of course. Thanks again for your help with those miscreants.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with two cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though. There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those two. Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School. I watched her walk into this city, and now I tell you, there's no mystery in this. She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. She is a terror upon the face of the Empire. Murder, theft, and worse, yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known as Aishi the Mournful Blade. Because I want you to know. My role in this matter is of no concern to you. I am simply an old man who sees a chance for some good to come from bad.
We shouldn't let a criminal run free. Something tells me that there's more to this story than this man's telling us, though.
When you reach her, you should ask her for her story. She has a most interesting tale to share.
Hello again. Professor Shuji was so happy to see the artifact that he released me and my mom from our debts. Thank you again for all your help.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn around and walk away. That one didn't listen to me. I hope you have more sense. I have a tale to finish. I see no need to tell it to anyone but myself. Stranger, if you continue to talk to me, I will stand up and face you. If that happens, our meeting will end with one of our deaths. So be it. You're not what I expected. Harmony surrounds you and flows out into the world as you pass. I have a story I would share willingly with you if you would hear it. Do you know anything of me? Anything of the terror that is Aishi, the Mournful Blade? In my years in this empire, I have been a wanted criminal, a bandit, a murderer, and worse. I have burned entire towns to the ground to avenge some petty dispute between lords and led men to slaughter peasants by the score for their meager possessions. It is all too easy to lose your conscience once you have denied it. I was not always like this, but I remember all too well how my descent began. My father died when I was still a girl, and with him gone I felt no sense of direction. I had no other family to turn to, and so I was alone. I met a boy. He was a natural leader. He had drive and direction. I was in love. He used to enjoy tormenting the children of our village, and I thought it was all fun. Then, one day, he pushed a young boy into the river outside of town. It was fast-moving and would have swept the child away, but he managed to grab hold of a rock. Why, indeed. In the intervening years, I've come to believe that it was more than simple horseplay. There was a gleam in my young man's eye that I cannot forget. The child screamed for help. His cries were shrill with terror, for he could not swim. I moved to help him, but I felt a hand on my arm. The boy I loved turned to me and said, "If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we have done. We have to let him go." Something in his voice. I believed him. That poor child was swept away in the current and was found dead downriver days later. We never told anyone what we had done, but I could never forget. If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we've done. We have to let him go. Simple words, but they still echo in my head even now. Nights are worse. I can't sleep for the screams of that boy as he washed away. I still hear them to this day. I have followed his life since that day, as I descended into my world and he climbed the ranks in the Imperial Army. That is why I have come here now. I am tired of my life, but at least I have lived it. He deserved to live as I did, but has never felt a moment's remorse for his part in that day. If you came here because of the rich reward on my head, you may even know him. Captain Sin of the Imperial Army is my quarry. I must make him pay for that boy's life. You know him, clearly. Until now, I wasn't sure how I would approach him, but you may have provided the answer. If you help me, I know how I can reach Sin. You need merely to escort me to his station by the gate. A subdued prisoner could get close enough to deal with Sin. Once I have dealt with him, you shall have your bounty. I couldn't let you be implicated in my final murder. Let's go write an ending to my tale.
What is the meaning of this?
Hello, my love. Or should I call you by your rank now, Captain Sin? Surely it's been a very long time.
Aishi, what are you doing here? You're a wanted criminal. You can't be here.
It's time I paid for my crimes.
Well, it's good to see our new bounty hunter was able to bring you in. Frankly, Aishi, I thought you'd fight to the death. You were this weak when...
No, I was weak. Otherwise, I would have ignored you by the river. I'm going to pay for my crimes, but there's one thing I have to do first. I have to kill you.
What? No! Guards!
Your men will be dead before they can get within 3 paces of me, Captain. Don't order them to their deaths. I already owe you 1 lifetime of pain. Do not bring more than that upon yourself.
She's mad! She means to kill me! You protect me, I'll double the bounty. Damn you both! You're both going to waste away between worlds! I'll make sure the underworld won't take your rotting corpses!
Sin is dead. Dead, like that poor boy we let wash away. I should have made him suffer more. Stranger, I cannot thank you enough. I have touched 1,000 lives with my crimes, and yet now I feel some peace. It is time my story ended. I have only one more favor to ask. Face me now, and grant me an honor... No, there is no honor left for me. Just grant me an end. You can't be the one to let Aishi the Mournful Blade walk free. That would cast undeserved suspicion upon you, and that crime I will not commit. Face me, and let this battle be glorious enough that the city will talk of it for generations. Double sabers!
I hoped it would end this way. She may have found some peace. Here, take this. It's something Aishi would have wanted you to have, I think. I hate for a good deed to go unrewarded. Aishi the Mournful Blade was my daughter. My daughter's life was nothing but pain. Her crimes were a way to forget for a while. I think she must have found some peace now, and I can finally rest. It has been too long since I turned away from the Water Dragon's embrace. Some things are stronger than anger, Spirit Monk. Love is one of them. I died before the gates to the underworld closed, but I couldn't let go of my daughter. I worried for her, and rightly so, but I think she will find peace now. Every ghost slips into madness over time, but some of us have a reason not to. We can fight back the longing and despair for a time. I will wait. What choice do I have? I know the underworld is cut off, but I must try to fight through the despair and anger. I have some idea of what you face. Take my best wishes as you try to set things right. I have waited for more than 2 decades. I can wait a bit more, and now I have a reason to smile.
There you are. The governor sent Ho Chong, one of his lapdogs, to oversee the trial. I hope you learned something, or I'll have to proceed with Song Tao's sentencing.
He
took you there? That's incredible. That's remarkable. Well, what did you find? Have you discovered evidence that exonerates Scholar Song Tao?
Ha! That doesn't prove a thing. Pieces of paper can be bought and sold just like anything. Just like anyone.
I'm afraid you're quite mistaken, Chandlerling. This proves a great many things, including your guilt. I never suspected the slavers were so well connected.
Let me see that. Well, this certainly looks interesting. Suppose Scholar Sung Tao can go free then. And you, Chandler Ling, will come with me for sentencing. It will be quick and harsh, I suspect. This sort of thing will not be tolerated in the Empire.
It's all a lie. You don't know what you're doing. You're all making a very big mistake.
Thank you. Thank you for risking yourself to help me. If there's anything I can do to repay you, please ask. You are too kind. I have no real way to repay you. However, I do have some items you might be interested in. They're not here, of course. Come and find me in the Scholars' Garden, and I will be glad to show you what I have. I'll see you there. Goodbye, and thank you again.
Well, at least that's out of the way. Now we need to find evidence of our own, unless you've forgotten completely about Death's Hand and my father.
Have you given him rest yet? Yes. If we went together, he might listen. Can we go now then, to see him?
You're back to gloat over this victory of yours, Harpy? Causing my torment and death, is that satisfying to you? How can you be so certain? How can you believe her after you know what she's done to me?
Because he believes me. He has seen me at our home mourning for you still. Not a day has gone by where I didn't cry over your death. It almost makes me wish you'd have your wish, just so I could be with you again.
Feng, you really do care. Then all this time, my cursing, it was wrong. You killed me, but I see now in those eyes I fell in love with that you didn't mean to and that it pains you greatly. I forgive you, Feng.
Thank you for what you have done, for both of us. In time, I hope I can repay you your kindness.
Have you managed to defeat them at last? Thank you, thank you. I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my spirit. Here, let me show you this. Something Shen hasn't found yet. I hope you use it well, and thank you.
Have you found my baby? Have you seen him? I can't believe anything you say. Words lie. People lie. I must see him with my own eyes. If he were dead, he would be here in my family plot with my other relatives. If your lies are true, then Shen, that murdering monster, would have buried him here. All my family is here. But I don't know these names. I don't know my baby's name. My family would have named him after I passed beyond. Shen must know, or there must be some way to find him. I remember so little since I passed away. Are you sure? I know I wouldn't be able to stand it if I was separated from him again. Please don't let this madness consume me. Are you sure it is the right grave? I cannot read. Which one is he? This is him! My poor darling. Shen, too. He is truly dead after all. I could not bring myself to believe it. Dead before his time. He rests here near my own body. My darling, darling boy. I come to you now.
The grave-digging business sure is a killer. What do you need? What about them? Well, that's a relief. Can't have her going off and trying to rip out my eyes or something every time I go around there. I need those eyes. Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Well, that makes things easier on me, for sure. Now I can start selling those old plots again. Next time I'll just throw the bones in the river and be done with it. Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old lady that offed him in the first place, and for good reason too, I bet. It's all just business to me, you understand. Here's the reward I promised you. You know, you've done a lot of good here in the necropolis. You've managed to clear out pretty much all of the really troublesome spirits here. One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Moved in with his son, I heard, and the son isn't pleased. He even asked me for a refund. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that. It's bad for business, too, having my customers getting up and walking away. That's where you come in. I need you to go to the tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Tanner Fong. There'll be an extra big reward for that one. Is there anything else you need right now? Well, you know where to find me.
This site was to be my father's tomb. I doubt he knows what use Death's Hand has put it to. Was that sagacious Zoo up ahead? I knew he was a traitor. Why else would he be sneaking into the fortress? We will have to be doubly careful. There's no telling what traps he has laid out for us. This is an ancient repository of knowledge. It contains records of the Empire.